Welcome to GBC Updates for Friday, the 10th of September. A couple things to let you know about as we enter into this weekend. First of all, a reminder that September is the month that we focus on the work of Hopefield. We've nicknamed it Hope-tember. We're seeking to raise $25,000 to keep Sue Chin on as a DV and trauma counselor in the work of Hopefield. But over the course of the month, we're going to be focusing on various aspects of Hopefield's work. Not all of it, but some of it. And this week, the second Sunday of the month, we're going to be focusing on the Hope Drive and its impact. And that's because Hope Drive is also taking place this Sunday. So you can drop off non-perishable goods here at the church between 1:30 and 3:30. Leanne will be here with her team to accept those. Really want to encourage you to be generous in your support of Hopefield, but also of those who are doing it tough in this period of time. As lockdown has extended, of course, the number of people who are finding it difficult has increased. So our opportunity to be big-hearted and generous is particularly important right now. So make sure that between now and Sunday, you're kind of grabbing some extra non-perishables and putting them in your shopping trolley, and then drop them off between 1:30 and 3:30 this Sunday. Be online at either 9:30 or 6 to hear a little bit more about the work of Hopefield and the impact of Hope Drive and some of the wider initiatives that Hopefield have been a part of. The Sunday after that, the 19th of September, is the first Sunday of the school holidays, and all the parents said, amen. An opportunity to have a couple of weeks where you don't have to worry about homeschooling, a couple of weeks hopefully where people will be able to have a bit of a break, and for those who perhaps have been double vaccinated, an opportunity to get out and about a little bit with other vaccinated friends, a little bit of an easing of some of those restrictions. But on the 19th, we want to do something a little bit different as well. We're only going to have one service online on the 19th, so at 9:30 in the morning. So if you're a regular part of our evening crew, really encourage you to join us at 9:30. We want to try to just have a bit of fun together as much as we can online. So we're planning some different things kind of from our end. We really want to encourage people to have pancakes on the morning, to join us at 9:30 to be a part of that. We're going to try to keep it a tight service for you. And at the end of the service, we're actually going to try something called Zoom rooms, really quick breakout rooms where we're going to get people into breakout rooms just to basically say hello, meet people, and then out into the main room, back into another breakout room to say hello to a different group of people, out into that kind of deal. Just a few minutes long, an opportunity for all of us just to see people that we haven't seen for a while, meet some people that we haven't perhaps, and just kind of wave at one another. It'll be that kind of a deal. So whether you count yourself a raging extrovert or a raging introvert, we'd love for you to be a part of that after the service, just to kind of say hello. We want to be in prayer and shouting out what people have been doing over the course of this term, kind of celebrate as best we can as we head into the last part of the year. And of course, as we head into the last part of the year, all the talk is about vaccinations, vaccination rates, and when will we get to the magic 70? Might we get to 80? Might we go beyond? I want to encourage you, if you have not yet been able to get vaccinated, that you start that process. I'm double vaxxed. I think most of our staff have at least received their first shot, and most of them have actually gotten both. We really want to encourage you as a community of faith to do the same so that we can all kind of continue to emerge from this last couple of years, which has been really tough. And if for those of you who might have some questions around COVID and vaccinations and the restrictions and the matters of faith, Matt Willis and I sat down earlier this week and recorded a fourth question. It's kind of a special edition of the Big Three podcast. And we focused on the issue of COVID and faith. So if you're thinking, about issues such as the fear-faith debate, whether you're wondering a little bit about the Ezekiel declaration, if you've seen that on Facebook, if you're asking questions about whether or not the vaccine or masks is somehow related to anything that happens in the book of Revelation, those sorts of questions, Matt and I address a whole bunch of those as we sat down and talked a little bit about them. If you're after kind of medical information or scientific information, it's the wrong podcast for you. I am not that kind of doctor, and so we steered clear of all of those sorts of things. But you might want to give that a listen. It'll be available later this afternoon. If you search the Big Three, wherever you get podcasts, you should be able to download that and have the fourth question. Just finally, as we kind of wrap up this week's updates, I want to let you know that our next sermon series that will start on the 26th of September will take us basically through to Christmas. And we're going to be focusing on stories of people in the New Testament whose lives have been changed by Jesus. And all of those stories are all very, very different. There are a number of different ways in which Jesus impacts people's lives, both in the past and today. We want to encourage you in the weeks to come to think about who you might want to invite to one of our online services to hear those stories of lives changed by Jesus. This isn't the kind of thing that you invite anyone to necessarily, but do you have a friend who's curious about faith, perhaps has become more curious about faith, particularly during lockdown, wondering what's happening in the world and kind of open to further discussions? Are there people that you have sown seeds with in conversation, to use the language of Plan A, and they've shown some interest? Why don't you think about inviting them to join you online? Make sure that you're online to say hello to them and then follow up the conversation in the next week. Just want to get you thinking about that. We'll release kind of the list of names of the people that we're going to be focusing on in the New Testament, so you kind of know the stories. And perhaps one of those stories in particular links with the life of someone that you know. And you might want to invite them along to join us as we consider what it means to have our lives changed by Jesus. I trust that you're doing okay. I trust that as spring is springing, that you're feeling a little bit more hopeful about the future. For those of you who got young kids, I hope that you're ready for the break and looking forward to having a little bit of different time with you and your family. Look forward to see you on Sunday at our online gatherings, 9:30 and 6 p.m. Look forward to the opportunity to hear from God together. And until then, God bless.